Yeah, your voice.
Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for joining another special edition of the show. You are now listening to the Wrestling Fans Podcast. I am your host, BangEm South Jason Fastkade, and along this ride, I've got the best in the world today, the man known as Trent Williams, the only guy that I know that thought Alexa Bliss worked for a local news affiliate. Let's be honest about that. More on that later. Trent, we had our 4 days of awesomeness, my friend.
Yes.
And we did our predictions last week. And now we get to do the recap. We get to talk about feuds that ended, feuds that were extended, feuds that started, debuts or not debuts, but just overall impacts of both pay-per-views. So are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
Dude, let's stop stalling and start the show now. Trent, we had NXT on Saturday, SummerSlam on Sunday, Raw on Monday, and SmackDown on Tuesday, all from Brooklyn, correct?
Right.
Okay, so did they leave the building at all, or is it same spot, everything?
Same building, all 4 days.
Yeah, cool. Damn. All right, nicely done. All right, dude. Let's start off with NXT, bro. NXT Brooklyn 4. Well, it lived up to expectations, as all takeovers do. I mean, even when a takeover has some sort of a sour note, it's not gonna be the. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It just keeps like cutting out and it's very distorted.
Okay. All right. Get that up. All right. Cool. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So Trent, let's start off with NXT Takeover Brooklyn. NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 was another awesome pay-per-view. Most of the takeovers are, even if there's a downer in a match, slight turn here or there, doesn't really have any impact on the overall pay-per-view. So what did you think of NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4?
Yeah, another strong show. I don't think Takeover can get, bad. I don't think you're going to have a bad Takeover. Even though I thought this one might have been a slight step down, I was still pretty amazed at the matches they had.
Okay. Listen, man, let's just go through the show. I mean, let's really just go through the show. Now, I'm gonna forget some of the order, just like the first and second match. But first match, who do we have?
That was the Undisputed Era defeating Mustache Mountain for the NXT tag titles.
Okay, so let me say this. I'm just not a fan of the last two NXT TakeOver tag team title matches. Not that I didn't like, or not that I don't like the Undisputed Era. To me, it just didn't have a lot of sizzle there. Not that I'm racist for seeing 4 white guys, and I wanted heavy machinery in there, or Street Profits, or Australian guy, something, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just didn't see any sizzle there at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was an okay match. I had it at 4 stars. It was all right. I think their match at I think both of their previous matches, both at the UK tournament and on NXT TV, were better.
And that's the thing, right? If you didn't watch those, if you didn't hear about those, this was your, kind of your first time seeing this match. I thought it was a good match, but I don't know, just it didn't have any of the Revival versus DIY AOP matches and that American. It didn't have any of that sizzle. So it was kind of a sour note for me to start the show, nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, but even a sour note, I mean, it was still a DIY Revival, that level.
You saying it was or it wasn't?
It wasn't.
Right. And I mean,
And I think the reason why this match was on there is to just get more hype around the UK brand starting up pretty soon.
I can understand that. I can definitely see ulterior motives with having this match. So I feel you on that. Let's go to the next match, bro.
Before we go there, what do you think about our next tag team feud? It looks to be the War Raiders against Undisputed Era.
Listen, man, I'm not a fan of War Raiders. I'm a fan of War Machine.
Right.
And I don't think it's the name. I definitely don't think it's the name. I think it's the fact that maybe because Sheamus and Cesaro were doing the kilt thing, and any tag team that has face paint is supposed to be like, just a uber face, and they really don't cause damage or ruckus to all MFers. Like, let's be honest,
Right.
I just don't like it. I don't like War Raiders. I like War Machine. And I just want them to be treated as such. I don't need them to come out in anything colorful at all.
Yeah.
But when you're on WWE, maybe you need to be presented as such and elevate whatever you had in ROH. I just think they can do it a different way.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, cool. Next match.
Velveteen Dream versus defeating EC3. I thought this was probably Dream's weakest match, but it wasn't because of Dream, because he was excellent in the match. It was just EC3. EC3 didn't bring it, I feel. He's not the caliber of a Aleister Black or a Ricochet. And I believe, like we said last week, he's just going to be another Bobby Roode, where he's pretty generic in the ring, good talker, and looks good in the suit.
So is this really the extent of his talent? I mean, like you said, he's not anything special in the ring. He looks like he's been in a tanning salon since he was 7 years old.
Oh, he looks like he was getting ready for like a bodybuilding competition.
Listen, man, if for all those chicks that wanted to be in Playboy when WWE was in the Attitude Era, this could be another case of a guy wanting to elevate his career beyond WWE into something else. But I don't know what the payout was, but I cannot believe you were getting your return on any investment that you put in EC3. To me, he's just not a great worker. And promos, I don't remember one EC3 promo. Do you?
No. I mean, like I said, he's good on the mic, but comparing him to Bobby Roode, he's probably even a step down from Bobby Roode when it comes to mic work.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out why EC3 had so much hype. I appreciate what's in the lights, just what's on the marquee EC3. It looks so great, but I don't know, man. I mean, that's like eating a burger with a sock in it, bro. I just don't. It just doesn't work for me. So, but you are right. Velveteen Dream definitely brung it. What did you think about the pants?
Oh, I loved them. I mentioned in my review on my thoughts on prowrestling.blogspot.com that that's going to be kind of a thing where, because I look forward to it on the takeovers with what his airbrush tights are going to look like. But I don't think he can do that every week on TV for the main roster. So it'll be interesting to see what he does as far as his tights on the main roster once he gets up there.
Well, that's the thing, right? I don't really pay attention to his tights on a regular NXT show. I definitely pay attention to him on a pay-per-view. So maybe that's just something that he does for pay-per-view sake. And it just adds to the entrance, bro. Because he came down with a colorful vest and a damn crown. And he already has the smoke, and I think one time he had like a bodyguard or something like that. So anything that just adds to his entrance is something that's an added benefit, bro.
Yep.
Now hold on one second. One thing that was more hilarious was when Triple H was asked about the tights, he said, "Oh yeah, Dream was just poking fun at one of his friends who lost his phone. Oddly enough, his friend's name was Vince." I'm like, really? Really? Yeah, thought that was is what it is.
Yeah. Was you expecting him to make his debut on the main roster after this match?
No, heck no. Especially after you do that. Like, obviously, we thought, and I'm pretty confident that a lot of people believe that win, lose, or draw, nothing's gonna hurt him. So I thought he would have lost to EC3, and I don't know where the hell EC3 would have went, but I just thought he would have lost. But then, like, you saw the reaction, and he was he wasn't a true heel, but he wasn't a true baby face either. So that's what kind of made me feel like, well, he's probably gonna lose the match, but he'll stay in NXT a little bit longer. Do you think that he needs to go to the main roster?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's ready. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think he's due a title shot in NXT first. I think he should be in the main feud for the either the NXT title or the North American title.
Okay. So you want him to have a title first? I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
yeah.
I definitely get that.
Before the next match, we get NXT's newest signing, which is Matt Riddle.
I like it. I definitely like it, and I'm on board with everyone elevating their status by coming to the WWE. This guy, I saw him on, man, it seems like forever. I saw him on the UFC, whatever the UFC's Tough Enough version was. The Ultimate Fighter, man, on like the early episodes, and I think I used to call him this, or just on the show they referred to him as Smiley because he was always smiling. His UFC career wasn't, I mean, he wasn't champion a million times. I don't even think he was champion once, but
he wasn't very long either, was he?
Nah, he wasn't. But let's be honest. You don't know how long he was fighting, but he wasn't in UFC for quite a long time. It just seemed like instantly he used that momentum off the show and just off being a fighter and just went into multiple things. And one of those things happened to be professional wrestling, and he had clout, because he used to kick people's ass. So everything just kind of worked out for him, bro. And he's elevated now. I saw his wrestling style. He's barefoot with a lot of palm strikes or whatever. Has a chant going. So if you bring that to the WWE along with Keith Lee and everything like that, it can only go up from there, man.
Yep, I agree. Next match we have Ricochet defeating Adam Cole, baby, for the NXT North American Championship, and this was my match of the night.
So let me say this: Adam Cole's finger pointed up and then finger pointed to him and saying "boom" is better than EC3's NXT career. Is that accurate? Yeah. Is that accurate? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
It didn't matter who won this match. I knew this was gonna be like the match of the night just because Adam Cole is just over. Even though he like weighs less than my dog, like my TV weighs more than Adam Cole. But man, it was just a good match. Obviously, you got Ricochet flying all over the place. And I will say this, I like Ricochet and I really respect what he does. But when other people watch Takeover with me, they comment on why is he flipping and doing that? It's like, first of all, you don't understand, or you're just not even sitting down enjoying it. But the Hurricane Rana over the top rope onto the outside, that's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
That and I'm pretty sure that's been done a million times, but to see that as pretty much the true finish, that's pretty good, bro.
Yeah. And I like that Adam Cole had a lot of neat counters to Ricochet's high flying moves, like the super kick for the moonsault.
Nasty. Did you see that?
Yes.
Listen, I don't care if at that point you don't care if it's real or not. You don't care. You don't care if you're on the side where you can't see if he hit his face, hit his chest, hit his neck, hit his shoulder. You don't care. That was however that was planned. That was delivered perfectly. And you're exactly right.
Adam Cole needed to hit that too.
Man, I mean, this match was awesome, bro. I like that. I can't give it 5 stars or anything like that because we have characteristics.
I went 4.5.
Oh yeah, that's as close as you can get. So I would anticipate seeing these guys down the line do it one more time, maybe on a bigger stage, but definitely match of the night in my opinion.
Yep, definitely. Next match we had Kairi Sane, the 80-year-old woman, defeating Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship.
All right, let's be clear. I like this match. I thought it was what was advertised and what was expected. The only problem that I have with this match is the finish because apparently you don't tell your announcers what the finish is, and Morrow just totally was caught off guard.
Right. Well, I think you were supposed to be caught off guard. Everybody's supposed to be caught off guard.
Yes. So with that said, if you're not paying attention to this match because you knew what the match was going to be, and you're just trying to figure out how it's going to end, I turn my back and I'm counting on the announcing, the audio to tell me what happened, and I miss it.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at the replay, so I had to watch the match over. And I'm like, wow, that's how she won? That makes sense, but that's what you hear.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. But no, really, really solid match. I mean, there were some there were some points where, David just stuns Goliath multiple times. So, and that's what you expect.
Yeah. Yeah, this was definitely an unexpected win. I was definitely expecting Shayna to beat Kyrie and move on, as she's been a pretty dominant champion. And I didn't know if Kyrie would be the one to beat her, but I guess it makes sense. Now Kyrie has 2 up on Shayna Baszler, so it'll be interesting to see if we get a tiebreaker, a third match at maybe Evolution.
Do you think we'll get the tiebreaker at Evolution?
I think so.
That's what, 60 days away, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably more than 6 days. My thoughts was, okay, well, you get the title off Shayna, and they try to set up something for SummerSlam with the 4 horsewomen or whatever, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think we're done with this feud, because I was shocked when she lost, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And in the end of it, if Kyrie stays champion and Shayna goes up, I want Kyrie's next challenger to be Bianca Belair.
You're an honorary black man today. Today. Only today.
I watched her match with Deonna Purrazzo on this week's NXT. It was pretty good.
Only today, Trent. Okay?
Huh?
Only. All right. No, you're finally. I'm. Pause. Rubbing off on you, but no. I mean, I'm a big fan. But at the end of the day, who else is on the damn roster?
I don't think there is any other heroes. God, we could go to what's her name, Lacey Evans.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah.
Yes, I think Bianca might be the only one.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That it definitely makes sense. And is she? So she's back from her injury and everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It definitely works. I'm riding with that.
And Deonna Purrazzo looked pretty good against Bianca Belair. She got some good offense in and everything. So, and it looks like they're actually making her into a actual, not just like the jobber that comes in to lose. She's actually going to be like a pretty prominent part of NXT now, from the way the match was.
And that's cool. I mean, we saw the same thing with the Iconics, right? I mean, they were jobbers forever. But once you put some type of backing behind them, you let them do their thing. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, but Bianca did disappoint me a little bit in this match, because she didn't whip the shit out. She didn't whip the shit out of Deonna with her hair. You have to hold that in every Bianca Belair match.
Yeah, everybody needs.
That I'm disappointed.
Everybody needs to. It's out of that, or she needs to start choking people with the hair or something. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And if this probably won't happen, but if we can get a match between her and Sasha at Evolution, that would be pretty cool.
That would be raucous, bro. That would be dude. I mean, listen, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But how many matches? Listen, we talked about this. How many matches do you think Evolution will have? Would it be like a takeover thing with 5, or are they gonna just milk this thing? And
they'll probably go WrestleMania, SummerSlam, 13 matches.
Gosh, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. All right, next match.
Yeah, main event. Tommaso Ciampa defeats Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship in a last man standing match.
I can't say anything other than the fact that I thought I would have been tired of this, but I wasn't, bro. But again, when you give 30, 40, I don't know if anyone was tracking the time, but 34, I think it was 30, 35, 40 minutes, whatever.
About 30 minutes, yeah.
When you give them time and you invest in that time, it pays off, and it was well worth it. I will say this, and we're talking about finishes. I didn't like the finish. I didn't like the spot that is essentially a botch, a planned botch. I didn't like that. I mean, now I love the spot where he basically does the same thing that he did when he was in the ring, where he just slid out of the ring, and obviously you catch yourself. Where he slides off and he's hanging. I get that, and I absolutely love that. But I mean, in replay didn't make any better, and they showed it multiple times. He misses him. Obviously, he's not gonna really hit him, but he totally misses him and then goes flying. I thought it would have worked better if maybe Tommaso pushed him, trips him.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. But just to end it like that, I thought that was a little whack.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed that Gargano didn't win, because I felt like this would probably be his time. I don't know. I think they need to separate these two for a while before people do get tired of it. To me, it felt like they were kind of a little bit running out of stuff. They were repeating a lot of spots they had done in their previous matches. it felt like a little bit of a diminished return for me, and I would prefer if they kind of separate for a while, at least until like Mania.
That makes sense. Maybe even Royal Rumble, because
Yeah.
you still want to do something with these guys. Have them, see them in the Royal Rumble or something, and then have it catch fire again. But yeah, man, they were doing a lot of stuff, and it was just getting crazier and crazier, right? So you gotta bring it to a halt sometime.
I gave it 4.25 stars.
So you gave the Ricochet Adam Cole match 4.5, but you get and some of that has to be because it was the fourth match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
I got you.
So that was Takeover.
Yeah, man. Takeover was the highlight of my weekend. I'm not gonna lie, because we're gonna get into SummerSlam now, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some conflicting opinions. So let's get into SummerSlam, bro.
Yeah. So SummerSlam started at about 4:00 in the morning.
There you go. That's how you started. That's exactly how you started. No, seriously. What time did this thing start? Did it start at 5?
5. Yeah.
Bro, I didn't even check in until like 6:30, 6:15.
Right.
Yeah, that's terrible. Go ahead.
Yeah. So our first match on the pre-show was Andrade Almas and Zelina Vega defeating Rusev and Lana. It just baffles me that they have one of the most popular acts and the guy that had one of the best NXT matches of all time back in January in the pre-show and the first match of the pre-show. This made 0 sense. Match was okay, especially when Rusev and Andrade were in there. Got took down a peg when the women were in there because Lana's still not where she needs to be, but it was all right. I gave it 2 1/4.
Okay, 2 things. Was anybody in the building?
Not much.
Okay, so that they need to do something to kick, like it at least do worthless kickoff promotion, and then like the last hour just do straight matches just to give people time to get in, because that's ridiculous. The other thing is, obviously we're gonna get mixed match challenge because you're getting a lot of mixed tags right now, bro. Mm-hmm. And you're getting ESPN commenting on it and stuff like that. So with Evolution happening or whatever, blah blah blah, you're probably gonna see a lot more mixed tags or just women in the ring. Mm-hmm. Any way that they can fit them, So I didn't really knock it because of that, but sad to see that they went on first. Next match.
Yep. Next match, Cedric Alexander defeated Drew Gulak. Pretty good match. They're the highlight of the pre-show. We're pretty hyped for the match. They kind of botched the finish a little bit, but otherwise, pretty good match.
Again,
I gave it 3 1/4.
7 people were there.
Yeah.
So
which was 3 more people than what were there for the Rusev tag match.
I mean, seriously, just looking at kind of, I don't know if I can't remember the match if they went outside the ring or not, but I think it was just when Cedric won and he kind of leaned over the guardrail on the hard camera. Though, I mean, damn, just the front row. Obviously, the front row is gonna be mostly plants and fat Jewish, but and that's a person, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, man, bro. I mean, there's nobody there, so it kind of sucks to see that, especially for a show that is gaining steam, man, gaining momentum.
Yeah. Next match, final match of the pre-show. B Team defeat the Revival. Pretty much a basic match. Revival isolated Bo Dallas for a lot of the match, and then in the end, B Team win with a fluke roll up where one of the Revivals pinning one of the B Team, and the other member of the B Team gets knocked into him, and it turns the small package over. Just a fluke win. It was nothing special. 2 stars.
How many people were there? Like, were people finally there now?
Yeah, it was starting to get pretty crowded by then.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I just don't understand why 205 Live match didn't go last.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right. Time to kick off the main show. Oh, I also want to mention that Jerry Lawler was on the pre-show panel, which is the first time he's been on WWE TV since the passing of his son, Brian.
And let's talk about this, bro. Like, I don't want to say anything disrespectful about the passing of his son, but is wrestling just evolved into everything now? Like, do you really think that there are some questionable circumstances regarding the passing of his son? Or do you think it's more of can't be a wrestling angle, but just something that you just, kind of keep poking the bear at with wrestling fans to just insinuate that there was?
Yeah, probably so. Probably wasn't nothing, nothing controversial or anything about it.
Yeah, it's just like
I
everything
mean,
can
Brian's
be.
had issues for years and years.
I just like, does everything have to be an angle? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just I
Well,
don't
I
know.
mean, this is Jerry Lawler, the same guy that had Paul Heyman talk about his mother like the day or week after she died.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just a different era, but
Yep.
same stuff. All right, man. Next
Yep.
match.
Main show. First match, Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose defeated Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental title. I like this match.
Great way to start the show, bro. I mean, solid match. Like the only thing, I'll have to say is kind of the same thing you saw with Gargano and Ciampa, where you've seen it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, I think they saved their best for like the other matches. The classics that they had on Raw.
Right.
Even the Iron Man match. Like I thought that
Um,
was, yeah, thought that was a little bit better than this one, just given the
I have
circumstances.
to disagree with you on that one. I think this one was better than the Iron Man.
Yeah,
Although I guess that's because I wasn't distracted by the crowd countdown and buzzing every. I actually could pay attention to the match.
yeah. I mean, this was a straight up and down title match, obviously with enforcers around the ring.
Right. Which that added to the match too,
Right,
having them out there, having
right.
Dean to counteract McIntyre.
Yeah, but I mean, it seemed like the easiest of all the matches. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
And it was pretty cool. We changed up the superplex Falcon Arrow into like a invert suplex into
Yeah.
the other little slam thing. So that's pretty cool.
I will always say, bro, pay-per-view Seth Rollins is 20 times better than Raw Seth Rollins. I mean, there are some exceptions.
Is pretty good.
Yeah, there are some exceptions, when he ran the gauntlet and all that other stuff, but
Right.
I get amped up for pay-per-view Rollins.
Yeah, I gave it 4.25 stars.
Okay, all right. I can't knock you on that one.
All right,
Next
next
match.
match. New Day defeated the Bludgeon Brothers via DQ SmackDown Tag Titles.
Okay.
Boy, this was starting to be a really good match.
Yeah, so this is what we gotta address. Okay, yes, there are 72 matches on the card. We get that. So you're gonna get short matches, blah blah blah. But this is SummerSlam too.
Mhm.
This is freaking SummerSlam, bro. You either start or end, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. You either start and end, or if it's something that has been going like barely just started, blah blah blah, maybe you extend. To me, this should have ended.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah,
think
I
there are
agree.
some. I think there are some concerns with Rowan, getting injured during the match, whatever, blah blah blah. But I don't even think that would have justified the DQ finish. And it's just seemed freaking awkward like you were building to a point and then you ended in a DQ. So just wasn't happy with it.
The way I looked at it was up to this point, the Bludgeon Brothers haven't faced like their matches haven't been back and forth like this. It's been bludgeons all the way.
Right.
So the fact that New Day were fighting back so hard scared Rowan that they might actually lose the titles. So that's why he caused the DQ.
Okay. And listen, I can justify it that way. I just hate to think, Rowan got injured and they couldn't do the planned finish. Like, no. This was going to be a DQ, So yeah, I was a little bit pissed at that, but as we saw, that kind of became a running theme. So it is what it is.
And it made for a good rematch on SmackDown.
And that's why I was pissed initially, but happier on Tuesday because they main evented Tuesday night, right?
Yep.
And then you really got to pay off with a solid finish, and you got new champions. So that was done well, even though you kind of sacrificed Sunday, and maybe they were counting on people to have tickets for Sunday and Tuesday. You never know.
Yeah. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Okay, all right. Next match.
Strowman defeating Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank briefcase was on the line. Pretty much a squash. Kind of feel bad for KO, but it kind of makes sense with where they're taking Braun Strowman. He kind of needed to do that. So no complaints really.
Yeah, just feel bad for KO. It was definitely a squash to the fullest extent.
Yeah, and that chokeslam on the ramp did not look like it felt good.
And it probably hurt worse knowing that it was a squash during SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure where KO goes from here. I suggest maybe a babyface turn might be due for him. Something as a change of pace.
I don't know. I mean, I would think highly pissed with what happened, and now you're just more motivated than ever to kick ass. I hope that the squash, doesn't affect any momentum or any type of run,
Right.
but there's just going to be certain casualties when you're on a 72 match pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kevin Owens, if he stays here, which he probably will, he's pretty good at saying the sun was in his eyes, his shoes were untied, and having all kinds of excuses of why he lost so quick. So he'll be able to recover pretty good, I'm sure.
Very true.
Next match, Charlotte defeated Carmella and Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's title. I thought this was a pretty good match. I thought Carmella done pretty good in it, picking her spots, doing stuff to get Becky and Charlotte to turn against each other. I love the where she hits. She makes Charlotte hit, or what was it? She hit Becky, and she made it look like Charlotte.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that reminded me of something like Eddie Guerrero would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match.
I thought it was a little clumsy. Like outside of that, like once Carmella did that, I thought we were going to be in for a very entertaining match, and then it just kind of got a little stale for me, and I was pretty much waiting for what the finish would be. The heel turn at the end made up for it, but the match, I don't think the match was very good at all.
Okay, we'll disagree because I also gave this 3.5.
Yeah. Now Tuesday. Oh no, let me say this. I was watching WrestleMania with friends, and I went what did I say?
Say WrestleMania.
Holy smokes! I was watching some. At least I didn't call it Survivor Series.
It probably would have been better. At least they had the same initial. That kind of works.
I was watching SummerSlam with friends, and I jumped up and screamed, "Trent's going crazy right now! Oh my God, Trent!" Yeah, so you got what you asked for, my friend. You got what you asked for. WWE, we know you listen to the show. I was just going crazy because it finally happened, man, and it happened with a crowd that wanted it to happen, a crowd that loves heels. At the right moment, it just worked. So I was happy that she turned. What about you?
Yeah, I was happy she turned. It's very interesting because Charlotte is not a good baby face. So if Charlotte would have been the one that turned, I'd have been okay with that. And Becky stayed baby face, I'd have been happy. But given the promo that Becky cut on Tuesday, I think she's going to be pretty good as a heel. And it's something new for her. So I'm very happy. And she's not Charlotte's sidekick anymore.
Heck yeah, bro. Like, once you have that pain to draw from, maybe it's a little bit easier to be a heel. Now, 6 months down the line, if that pain has kind of dissipated and you're just a normal heel, then that's something that you need to, recalculate with your promos and your attitude. But right now, you definitely have a reason to be pissed, bro. I mean, so it came off naturally on Tuesday. She was just like pissed, but then kept looking around like, damn, how did I really get here? And like, everything worked for Becky's heel turn. I mean, her hair even seemed more orange and red. Like, it just, everything worked, bro.
Yep, I agree. Next match was my match of the night. Samoa Joe defeats AJ Styles by a DQ in a WWE Championship match. I loved everything about this. The match was good, maybe a little bit slow at the start, but it picked up, was really good. The beginning with Joe trash talking, and then the finish with Joe telling Wendy that he's going to be her new daddy, and AJ snapping and going crazy on him. I love all of it.
Match of the night, as far as I'm concerned. And it's hard for me to give a DQ a match of the night, but when AJ goes over to grab his daughter and his daughter says, "Daddy, you're bleeding," that was the best part. That was the best part, bro. It like the match was solid too.
Yeah.
I mean, like you got AJ trying to beat Joe, but then you got Joe doing some stuff we had never seen before. He's trying to pull out all the stops. He's obviously not your traditional heel, but the match was solid. And then for that last promo, it just took it over the top. I hated the fact that I felt like it was the 9 o'clock it was the 9 o'clock match on Raw just because of the slot, but it was at least 20-25 minutes. So it got enough time to really deliver, man. I loved it.
Yeah, I agree. Great stuff all the way, and I look forward to seeing what they do next. And yeah, I wonder when when his daughter said that. I wonder if they had told her to say that, or if she said that on her own.
That's what I'm saying. It because I didn't catch whether it was he was busted open the hard way.
I think it was.
Right. So I don't think you could plan for that. Now maybe his AJ's wife is just a professional. It was like, hey,
Right.
when he comes over, say, Daddy, you bleeding, blah, blah, blah. But it was a good addition to it, bro. I loved every part of it.
Yeah. And one thing I like about this is like a lot of times when you get these angles at the end of the match, like we had with AJ going crazy, the match itself doesn't really captivate you that much because they want the ending moment to be so impactful.
Yes.
And you forget about the match itself. Not this match. This whole thing was great.
Yes, you are exactly correct. Everything about this was working from start to finish. So when they ended it like that, you needed that crowd to say, "Ooh!" Right?
Yeah.
And then when AJ just rushes him and just goes crazy, it was a really good ending, even though you didn't get a pinfall. So
right. And then like when she says, "You're bleeding," he tells her, "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
Like,
yeah.
He hated that she had to see him act that way.
Yeah. I mean,
oh man, it's brilliant.
It just and no matter what you can say or however you look at it, everything in it just seemed natural, bro.
Yeah.
And from AJ just being, on the other side of the ring to Samoa Joe getting up and saying, "Yeah, I'll be your daddy," and then just what you would expect a true fallout of that comment being when your wife and your daughter are right there. You just go crazy, and then to go over to your daughter and still have a microphone on, right? Still have the boom mic working and get that interaction. It just worked. Came over well.
Yep. Next match, The Miz defeated The Miz defeated Daniel Bryan. This was a pretty good match. I feel a little bit of times it kind of dragged a bit, especially coming off what we had just seen. But it was a pretty good match. I gave it 3 3/4.
Yeah, I would have preferred Miz and Daniel to go before AJ and Joe. Yeah. So I don't know if it was the carryover of Joe and AJ, but I kind of lost track of this match and kind of lost interest in this match. I mean, it started out good. Like it just started fast because they both jumped one another. But after that, I just kind of lost focus. Not gonna lie. And then next thing I know, The Miz won, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. It really started kind of slow at the end, but it picked up once Daniel Bryan started punching him in the face toward the end and stuff, and Daniel Bryan fired up and everything. It was decent, but these two definitely have more in store, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't a payoff. This was more of a start to their feud. So we'll see more of them.
Yep. Next match was the Demon Finn Balor defeating the Constable Baron Corbin. Wow, what a surprise!
Well, let's be honest, bro.
Pull that out.
We know WWE listened to the show, but I mean, there was a certain point where, and keep in mind, I didn't watch 5 to 6 p.m., but I'm counting the number of matches that still have to happen, right? And I had like 5, right? I think I had like 5. And I'm watching on my resource, but I'm thinking there's no way that this thing ends until 11:30.
Right.
Because of the matches that they had left to go, if the matches are going to be true matches. So I was hoping that we got the Demon, because that would be the only other layer that you can add to this trash feud. But if we did, you had to have a squash.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. Yeah. I mean, that's what we got. Like the rarity of the Demon opened some people's eyes to Finn Balor. So it went over well. Went over really well.
Yeah, I mean, like when I knew this match was coming up, next, I kind of just went over to the kitchen to do something, and then I seen it was the Demon. I said, "Ooh, I can't believe they brought out the Demon." But good work on WWE, because they knew nobody cared about this match.
Nobody cared about this match, man. Like, what are you talking? Why would you? First of all, they could have had this match and it could have been a great bathroom break, right?
Yeah.
But the squash was the bathroom break. The entrance, if you haven't seen the Demon, and it was the traditional Demon, wasn't anything special about him.
Right. He was sticking his tongue out a lot.
Yeah. Well, that like you had like a Kiss Demon, Let's be honest.
Yeah. I thought he was kind of channeling his inner Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, nicely done. I thought you were gonna say his inner Pornhub or something. I don't know.
Nah.
But yeah, man, seeing the demon, having my friends over saying, telling them kind of how he does the makeup and previous incarnations of the demon, whether it's the Chainsaw Massacre or like Venom and all this. It's just cool,
Jack the Ripper.
Jack. That's the one I kept freaking
Yep.
forgetting that one. Didn't he have one as Freddy? I don't know why I keep thinking he had one as Freddy. I don't know why I keep thinking that.
Alexa dressed up like Freddy.
Alexa dressed up as Freddy. That's right.
And she dressed up as Chucky one time too. But I didn't realize it was Chucky until afterwards because I was like, why is she wearing? It looked like overalls or something.
Damn, I didn't see that one. I didn't notice that one. That's cool. But
She's
yeah,
a big horror movie fan as well as a Disney fan.
Wow, that's
talk about polar opposites.
Yeah, definitely.
Next match, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy for the U.S. Championship. Decent little match.
Yeah, very, very decent little match. I mean, again, you get to the point where you're like, how many matches are left? Did I forget one? Like, okay, could this be a squash? I felt bad, bro, for the people that were. Some of the people had been there since 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some of the people at my house left. And it was like, yeah, it's like this. No, this is cool, bro. But I'm about to bounce because it's just like. I can't watch this stuff all night.
They did not even get to stay for the magnificence that is Alexa Bliss.
Some people, but listen. Some people left. Some people left.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got this match. We got this match. We got this match. We got this match. I think we still got this match because I was naming them, bro. I was like, they're gonna be there until midnight. Because I mean, I had lost count of the matches and stuff. I was like, they're gonna be there until midnight. And people were looking at me like, bro, are we really about to watch this? Yeah, like, are we really about to watch all this just for blah, blah, blah? And I was like, yes, this is what I do. So I'm serious, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a solid match. I was shocked that it got at least 15 minutes, right? Almost 20?
Well, I think it was about 11 minutes.
Okay, 11 minutes. Yeah. I was shocked. I didn't think it would go, and just to have Randy Orton break it up at the end, I was shocked.
He didn't break it up,
huh?
He didn't do nothing. He came out there and he went right back to the back. He didn't even interfere.
That's the thing. That's what it was. I keep getting that and the and Tuesday night mixed up. Been watching wrestling for 4 days, Trent. But yeah, bro. So he came out, and I had to watch it twice, and I'm like, I still don't see what he did. He just came out and went back, right?
Yeah.
This is.
Not sure the point of that.
I don't know. I don't know what the point was, but
yeah, the dive on the apron by Hardy, that looked pretty nasty. He wasn't successful on his dive, unlike Velveteen Dream the night before.
Yeah.
And Xavier Woods earlier in the night. And
that's what I thought. Like that was a theme. Like, hey, we're gonna have all these apron spots, right? And some you hit successfully, and some you don't. And that Jeff Hardy spot that was a little hard to watch, but is what it is.
Probably one of Jeff's best matches since he's been back on by himself.
Listen, bro, I had a negative reaction to some of Jeff's earlier matches, but he seems in rare Jeff Hardy form now, man. I mean, I'm excited to watch Jeff Hardy matches, which I didn't think I would ever be saying again.
Yep. All right, semi-main event. Ronda Rousey defeats Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go first because.
Okay.
No. Let me go first. Listen, I'm gonna be negative. I am bad cop today. All right.
All right.
I am bad cop today. I don't have anything negative to say about this match other than the fact that I wished Alexa would have done some small heelish tactic instead of looking like a fawn. Instead of just looking like she was totally helpless. She had ample times to poke Ronda in the eye. Bro, I don't know why, but I wanted her to do a Shinsuke Nakamura crotch chop or a crotch punch. I'm serious, bro. I mean, she did absolutely nothing. Like I get rolling out to the apron to stall. I get that, but especially the spot where Ronda just like pulled on her arm, poke her in the eye.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a little off to me.
Yeah. It didn't bother me. This match was expected. It went the way I expected. I did love the spot where Ronda's like, "Here, I'll show you how to be a champion. I'll give you the ring." And then she like sits down and covers her eyes and everything. That was a pretty funny spot. And then like Alexa locks on the headlock, thinking she's really doing something, and Ronda just easily gets out of it.
Yeah, I mean, for the people that were there all day, you wanted to give them this great moment, and I definitely appreciate that. I don't know, I just like Nia Jax was a monster. Asuka was a monster, and Alexa solved them or extended them.
Right.
You know, like Ronda didn't have those slip on a banana peel moments where Alexa takes over. I don't know. I just thought it was a little bit too hokey to have a completely dominant match.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But I gave it you're gonna think this is crazy probably 3.5 because it did what it needed to do. And it was a decent match.
I can see it. It was a very decent match.
Right after the pay-per-view went off, we were informed that Alexa Bliss will be facing Trish Stratus at Evolution. Oh boy.
Is this potentially still going to happen even though she's faking an arm injury?
Yeah, probably so.
And is there any reason that Mickie James hasn't been seen on TV?
I think Mickey's hurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Is Nia fake hurt too?
No, I don't know what's wrong with Nia.
Okay, just checking. No, I didn't know if that was gonna signal. Like, I think they showed a graphic on the Takeover show or whatever, and Alexa didn't have the title or whatever, so that kind of spoiled it. But at the same time, this could be a really good match or not. So I'm anticipating a Tyler Breeze Jushin Thunder Liger match where Tyler's nowhere near Jushin level, but Trish just gets her rocks off in this match. So I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. The battle of the two hot blondes of two different eras.
Trent, is that your thing? Blondes?
You know, I don't have a thing. I don't have a set thing.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking. Like, I don't like. I think people are gonna. I don't know. I think they're gonna look at it that way. Like two smoking hot blondes, and I'm like, Trish is more talented than Alexa Bliss in the ring. But we'll see. I think Alexa's a better heel than Trish.
Yeah.
So that'll probably make up for it. But I want to see what this match actually does for that show.
And then I got to thinking about, I talked about the Bianca Sasha match earlier. Then I got to thinking about Royal Rumble this past year, and it should really be Sasha Banks facing Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Face off the pad.
I mean, you're talking about like almost equal size, equal height, I guess. But two really good workers who could do probably deliver a really solid match. The old guard versus the new guard, two chicks with flair. Because Charlotte versus Trish, I don't know, that to me that would just seem odd. But Sasha versus, to me that makes sense. But again, boss Sasha Banks with the stamp versus Trish, heck yeah. But right now, Alexa's your top heel, and she gets to go against Trish. So it does make sense.
Well, she was the top heel until somebody moved their way into it Monday.
Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, so final match, main event, Roman Reigns defeats Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Yay! They finally did it. 3 years. We finally got him beating him. Although it's because Brock Lesnar was more preoccupied with Braun Strowman at ringside. Yeah,
and part of me still believed that Braun was going to wake up and still cash in. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, glad that they finally ended this thing, and Roman is...
I'm sure we're probably not done. We'll have it at WrestleMania next year.
You think so?
Nah, I don't know. Brock's not done though.
No, I don't think Brock's done by a long shot, but I do think we'll get one more though. I don't know when it'll happen. It may happen next year at SummerSlam, and it may not involve Brock winning the title again, but I think we'll have another one.
Well, somebody talked about if he wins the UFC title, they're definitely probably gonna put the Universal title back on him.
Yes, and in all likelihood, Brock's gonna beat the snot out of Daniel Cormier. Not in 5 rounds, but if it goes 2, yeah. If it goes 5 rounds, then Daniel Cormier is gonna tear him apart. So, but just those are the optics as I see it today.
Yep. This was pretty much a squash match again. Can't remember the last time or if ever we've had a WWE show where the last 2 matches was like a combined 10 minutes.
again, we got to ask ourselves, what did they do back in the day when they had 10, 11, 12 match cards? Were the undercard matches shorter and the main event title matches were longer?
I think so, yeah.
And I mean, listen, that does make sense, but when you give equal time to people on the upper card, then you have no choice but to just give people what they want right then and there, and that's give me a 3-minute match and let's go home. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think all the matches on the show got the time that they needed. The squash matches needed to be squash matches, because of the story that's been told. The matches that needed time got the time. And pretty much all the booking decisions I agreed with.
Yeah, it took me a while to kind of get over the disqualifications. Like I said, I didn't really like Alexa not being a true heel. But I did like the fact that they at least brought Braun out there to, intimate that, hey, look, I'm challenging for this thing.
They had to bring Braun out there because if they didn't, the crowd would have crapped all over the match.
Yeah. Well, and they still did You Two Suck. Yeah, You Both Suck, something like that. So they still got it in, but the match didn't even last long enough for them to get some really malicious things into the match.
Yeah. I thought it was a great show. Yes, it was 6 hours?
Jeez.
But it didn't drag quite as much as some of the other shows that have been 6 hours have. Like, I enjoyed it more than WrestleMania. I thought WrestleMania dragged a little bit more than this show did.
Yeah, I like this show. Well, I really like this show more than WrestleMania. I thought WrestleMania just, man, I didn't think we would ever get a show like WrestleMania with the matches and stuff.
Yeah.
But now that we are going to do this with the matches, they're getting a little bit better with it. But I went to bed that night like, okay, this was a pretty solid show. But I still have my criticisms. That's it.
Right. Yeah, I went to bed that night very happy. And then I seen on Twitter where there was a lot of people that were not into the match at all, or into the show at all, which I just couldn't figure out. But I guess each their own. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, I just had dead match, just dead spots. And I don't know if it was the scheduling of the matches or not. I just had a lot of dead spots. The Miz and Daniel Bryan,
right.
Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke, where the crowd is just completely dead.
Right.
Even the Ronda Rousey Alexa match. I'm like, I know it's gonna be a squash, but I don't know. Just do it. Just do something different.
One thing on the Alexa Ronda match we have to mention: what was up with the eye makeup? That looked terrible.
I'm trying to figure out the name of the person. It's not Akilla the Hun. I don't think it's Akilla the Hun. But it's like damn it, I can't remember what it is. But
it reminded me of that movie Black Swan.
Oh wow. I never thought. Wait. Did Alexa being on top of Ronda remind you of Black Swan?
No, the eye makeup.
Okay. Yeah. The quote unquote eye makeup. Hashtag eye makeup.
Which I guess she went to the same makeup person that Becky Lynch went to because she had it too, but kind of made a little bit more sense with Becky because she wears some weird kind of interesting outfits sometimes.
Didn't the chick that used to like favorite Flavor Flav and the chick that was in not Rambo, but in Rocky,
Brigitte Nielsen?
Didn't she do something? Wasn't she like a hero or like a villain in a movie or something like that and had makeup like that? Why am I thinking it's her? I don't know. It's either her or some black chick that had makeup like that in some older movie or something like that. But I can't figure it out. I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. It just looked like I had seen it before, even though it was over the top.
Yeah. So I guess we can run through Raw and SmackDown real quick.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So Roman comes out and he gives the long-awaited title rematch to Finn Balor, which was great because Finn has been due that title match for 2 years now. And then Corbin comes out complaining about losing to the Demon. And then Corbin gets beat by Bobby Lashley, who could not even make it onto SummerSlam, which is a 6-hour show. That's pretty bad. He was like a big name to come back, and he couldn't even get on the second biggest show of the year.
Sad, bro. It's sad, man.
Yeah.
Sad.
Who's going to end up being a bigger disappointment that they signed, Lashley or EC3?
Probably Shelton Benjamin.
Where's he been?
He was on the SmackDown before. He was on the Go Home show.
Oh, was it?
I think.
Oh, okay.
He was either on that show or the show
Yeah, I
before
think
that.
he was.
Yeah.
Because, see, I don't watch all of SmackDown. I flip back and forth between that and America's Got Talent.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he was. But before that, man, he was gone forever. I thought he was hurt.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, going back to Raw.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that. Kurt says it'll be a long time for Lesnar gets a rematch. Riot Squad defeats Bailey, Sasha, and Ember. Okay. The only real problem I had with Raw, why did we need a 15-minute promo to hype a Undertaker versus Triple H match in 2018?
Thank you. That's what I was waiting for you to get to.
On a show that's probably not even going to be in canon. Like, none of the storylines are probably going to be affected on this match. It's going to be just like the Greatest Royal Rumble.
And help me out here. Is this show in Australia?
Yeah.
Is this a WWE like a live event network thing?
Right.
So what time will it really air?
For us, I have no clue. Probably during the day sometime.
Okay. And listen, they're getting to the point where they've probably done this a million times, right? But now you have a network where you can actually showcase this stuff, and maybe they want to put all the glitz and glam on it. But I don't know if that buys you any new subscribers. I don't know, but you got to do promo on it, and they took time out of Raw to do promo on it. And I had it on mute the entire time because I'm like, no one cares, bro. No one cares.
Right. It felt like Triple H was doing a little bit of that this was a Triple H Tyler masturbate segment, for himself.
I did not listen to it. I had it on mute. As soon as he came down, I'm like, oh, okay, well, they're really treating this like the Greatest Royal Rumble, which I can understand, but it's not. Like, it has
they didn't even do a promo like this for Cena and Triple H for the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Exactly. So I don't know. It didn't
even make any sense either. It's like the promo, like, he was talking about how that moment when they were on the stage at WrestleMania 28 with Shawn and Taker and Triple H, it changed them. And
no. The thing that I was laughing at was they were talking about the feud between the Undertaker and Triple H, and I'm like, the Undertaker kicked his ass every single time. There's no feud.
Right? Yeah. But what got me is like you was thinking he was going to say, that moment changed us. I don't want to, ruin that moment. So I said no. But he says, yeah, it changed me. That's why I said yes, and I want to fight him again. I'm like, that don't even make no sense.
You got your ass kicked and you want your ass kicked again?
Yep.
Because this is going to be, listen, The Undertaker and Triple H is not going to be the same thing as Triple H and John Cena.
No.
Undertaker going to come out there. It's probably going to be a squash.
Probably going to be like Cena and Undertaker.
Exactly. Maybe. It's probably going to be like that. Yeah. So, good luck to, I don't know if they sold more tickets or I don't know, but
I hope we don't get another 15-minute promo next week for The Undertaker. Which what gets me is this show is in October. We're in August, almost September. Like, why are they even doing it this far off?
Bro, they did a lot of promotion, man. And let's be honest, it's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
Like you got Mae Young coming up. You got
Mae Young Classic, Hell in a Cell, Australia show.
You got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of stuff. So trying to wrap your head around what's next may be a little confusing. So they're just gonna hit you over the head and hope something sticks in your brain is, oh, I definitely need to catch that, or just keep doing it, bro. Because there's a lot of stuff up ahead.
People are going to get confused about what's on what show, and then they're going to tune into one show, and they're going to be trying to figure out why that match ain't on that show.
Nah, I don't think people will tune into the Mae Young Classic thinking it's the Undertaker in the Triple H match.
Well, no, but they'll turn into like Hell in a Cell and think it's like, where's Undertaker and Triple H?
Yeah, there you go. So you got to just talk about it.
Yep. We had Ambrose defeating Ziggler. Ambrose seems to have a little bit of a new style. He don't seem quite as chaotic as he was. He was actually doing some pretty good wrestling. I thought it was a pretty good match. Elias defeated Kurt Hawkins. The Kurt Hawkins losing streak stands.
Are you getting the shirt? Are you getting the shirt?
Nah, probably not.
Okay, go ahead.
No follow-up with Elias and Bobby Lashley.
Don't understand.
We go backstage and... oh, goodness. I think we're getting a Apollo and Dana love angle. Because they were kind of talking like,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Don't you want to see that?
I don't know. I don't know what it could do because
they want to do that for either of them. I don't know. AOP defeats Titus Worldwide and why are these guys still not in the title picture? I don't know.
But Coachman almost Coachman probably almost got himself fired because he wanted to say it, but he couldn't say it. So he was like, man, I don't know why these guys aren't tag team contenders. Yeah. It's just sooner or later it's gonna happen, but they're gonna tease it forever and a day.
I forgot which match it was, but Coach was talking about something about these guys are 220 and they move like they're like cruiserweights. They should be on 205 live. And Corey's like, no, then it would be like 220 live.
Nicely
like,
done.
Something
Nicely
stupid
done.
Coach said.
Nice. That's funny.
Oh boy, Renee Young was a pleasant addition last week. Too bad.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna keep going, but I don't know. Whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Coach goes back to doing some kind of golf thing pretty soon, so we can get her back.
Next match.
Next up, we get probably the one thing I did not enjoy was Stephanie in the ring, and doing her thing that she always does. But I do like that they were playing into it a little bit, playing into what the fans have been saying about her trying to get all the credit and stuff. And they're using that to further the feud. But I'm afraid we're going to get Ronda and Stephanie at Evolution.
That's what I'm saying. That like I was there with you thinking, okay, Stephanie can't take all the credit for this, but you really need to set up a true challenger for Ronda. Like you can't keep having these cupcake ass matches with Alicia Fox and then a squash with Alexa and possibly Stephanie as your. Come on, bro. You can't do that.
Rumors are it's going to be Nikki Bella.
I thought something was up when they celebrated in the ring.
Mm-hmm. And then they were on Raw still.
Yeah, so I could see that happening, and I would be comfortable with that happening. But do something in the upcoming weeks, man. You got to actually engage Ronda. You can't just have her out there as as just a logo for a division that she doesn't even really control.
Yeah. Let's say Revival defeat both members of the B team in singles matches. Then Stephanie says that Angle needs to take a vacation and puts Corbin in charge. I guess we're leading up to a Corbin and Angle match in the future.
Okay, and then we get the main event, right?
Yeah. Roman defeats Balor in a very good match. After the match, it was like Braun's going to cash in, but the Shield appeared and they put Braun through a table.
So
who are we supposed to cheer and who are we supposed to boo?
That's my question. So what Roman's not really a heel. Braun is the deserving number one contender, always going to be chasing for the title now that he has a briefcase. It makes things interesting, but damn, the Shield can't just do their own thing. They got to be together all the time. Oh, let's be honest, bro. So I'm looking forward to what we'll get because Braun and Roman that was 2017 is one of the best feuds ever. So we'll see what happens from there.
Yep. So that was all of Raw. Good show. I'll go over to SmackDown. Miz starts the show, says he's retiring from facing Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan comes out, calls Miz a coward. Maurice gets in front and starts talking crap to Bryan. Brie Bella comes out and starts beating the shit out of the Miz, which I love, which was pretty funny. And we have ourselves a mixed tag match at Hell in a Cell.
Beautifully executed, man. Especially the jabs and hooks from Brie Bella.
Yeah, I mean they look like pretty good punches there.
Yeah. Only thing I'm concerned about is this baby weight. That's it.
It's what now?
The baby weight of Brie and Maurice.
Oh yeah, there you go, pregnant shaming again.
How am I pregnant shaming? Like Brie had mom jeans on. She had mom jeans. Yeah, let's be honest. Like her ass seemed a little bit bigger, but she had mom jeans on. So I'm just I want to see hot Maurice and bony Brie, but we'll see. We'll see what we get at Hell in a Cell.
Which I mean, I guess a little bit of baby weight actually could have been probably good for Brie.
No. Very, very good for Brie. Very good for Brie. I just don't want. I don't want to see singlets. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see singlets. Yeah. That's just me.
Yeah. Then Hardy faces Randy Orton, and it ends in a no contest. And Hardy goes crazy on Orton and puts him. I was getting flashbacks to 2008.
Yeah. Put him through a table. Just a destructive match, but needed to happen.
Yep. Peyton Royce defeats Naomi in a nothing match. Glad to see Peyton back on the show after what Dave Meltzer said about her. I was actually expecting Peyton and Billy to throw some kind of jab at Meltzer, but they didn't. Then we get one of the highlights of
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
show.
wait, 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 wait. I'm still lost with what Meltzer said. Now, unless this chick went on a completely severe ab workout, or just increased her cardio in 10 days, was he just talking about her tits and nobody caught that?
I don't know if he's talking about that or if he's talking about like actual weight, like I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I thought he was. I always took it as the tits, like that. That's what I thought he was talking about. Because to me, she didn't seem like, all right. And I know this is your girl, but Becky has admitted that she's had dieting issues, right? So sometimes you see Becky like she's in a damn singlet now, right? Obviously, there's a freaking reason that she's in a singlet. Peyton Royce was never in a singlet,
right?
I just thought he was talking about her tits, and everybody just went off with just fat shaming on a chick that's not fat. So I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, next we get Becky Lynch cutting a great heel promo. Charlotte comes out, and we get a brawl between them, and we get the women of the locker room breaking them up.
Yeah, this felt like they just planned it but didn't plan it, like all the other ones were, where you get a separation and then somebody jumps on. But it was like none of the other women talent were informed. So it came over really well as a true fight, and I'm intrigued as to what we'll get from a Becky Lynch versus Charlotte feud.
Yep. We had Rusev and Lana defeating Andrade and Zelina with Aiden's help. It looks like that might be the finish to that angle because Aiden finally helped them win. So that was good. AJ and Joe, I kind of missed most of this.
Nah, it was just it was an AJ interview, what I refer to as the Okerlund platform, or the Gorilla and Ventura platform.
Right.
And Samoa Joe just attacks him and chokes him out.
All right. And then the main event, New Day defeat the Bludgeon Brothers to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championship for a 5th time.
Yeah, just solid show, bro. Just solid freaking show, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know how? Go ahead.
Do what?
Do you know how intriguing? Let me ask you this: if Raw went back to 2 hours, do you think it would be the best show in the history of shows?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, but probably better.
Oh, okay. Now, if SmackDown did an overrun, do you think they would just kill Raw?
I don't know. Probably not, because you have to have those angles that nobody cares about if you go 3 hours. So you have to have those Titus Worldwide and Elias. Well, not Elias, but you know what I'm saying. Those feuds that nobody really cares about.
Right. But if SmackDown, in addition to being a concise show and somewhat of a more entertaining show, if they do the 10-15 overrun where AJ Styles is getting put in a trash compactor or something, the milk truck and some of the crazy stuff that you do in that overrun hour, do you think they would overtake Raw?
Oh, they might, yeah.
That's what I was thinking about last night, bro, because that was a great way to end the show. But it seems like it doesn't matter what they do. If John Cena's not on the show, they never really beat Raw, and they have a great show. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
Yep. So that was fun. NXT this week was also pretty good with Bianca Belair defeating Deonna Purrazzo and a good match between Pete Dunne and Zach Gibson for the UK title.
And then we also get a Ricochet Pete Dunne face off.
They're actually going to be tag teaming next week against Undisputed Era.
Okay. All right. Okay, it's going down then, bro.
Yep. So next week we will have our Mae Young Classic brackets revealed, as well as our preview for All In.
Can't wait, my friend. Can't wait. I know CM Punk showing up too. Let's be honest about it.
Yep.
All right. With that said, listeners, gents, ladies, thank you for listening to the Wrestling Fans Podcast. Now, stay tuned for our social media platforms. Let's be honest. You can hit us up on Twitter at our official Twitter page for the show, which is
TWF_podcast.
And if you're hot with a little bit of baby weight on you,
or if you're the new news reporter on False Carolina named Madison Styles, no relation to AJ Styles, and it look like Alexa Bliss, yes, you can contact me.
You can slide to Trent's DMs.
Yes. MTW3589.
Yeah, you really want this chick to holler. What? Listen, hit her up on Twitter. Say that you're her number one fan. She is cute. She is very cute.
Yeah.
That's very, very cute.
I said, oh my gosh, her last name's Styles and she looks like Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, let's be freaking honest.
Would you agree she looks like her a little bit?
No, I saw it. No, yeah. Like, and we're not doing this all white people look the same thing, but yeah, I mean, outside of the hair, like the facial structure, lips, everything. Yeah, it looks just like her. For anyone not trying to talk to Madison Styles, that's a great name, by the way. Has to be fake.
Yeah.
Has to be fake.
Might be her news name.
Yeah, it gotta be. Wait. Who does she work for again? What's the news station that she works for again?
Fox, Carolina.
Oh, she works for Fox. Okay, all right. Because I got people who work for NBC. I was gonna figure out if she was real or not, or if her name is like Tina Montgomery or something like that. Yeah, you guys already know. Hit me up on Twitter at BangEm South. Definitely check us out on Twitter because we go crazy with some of this wrestling stuff and Trent's fascination with women. Let's be honest about it. But of course, hit us up on Facebook. Facebook.com/TWF podcast is where you can get contact with us. Check Jason Fastkade, the best in the world, Trent Williams, out on Facebook. All of the videos for the show are there. You can connect with us there, listen, laugh, enjoy, share, but definitely subscribe. We need our subscription up. We know you listen to the show. We know you love the show, but you got to prove it by subscribing. And as always, hit us up on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is the Wrestling Fans Podcast. It's not hard to miss at all. We got all the videos out there. We got them in playlist fashion, prediction shows, reaction shows, the weekly shows, little funny tidbits here and there, but everything is out on YouTube as well. Same with Facebook. You can listen, you can share, you can enjoy, but definitely subscribe. In addition to getting our views up, we want to get our subscriptions up too. We'll do some crazy things once we get our subscriber numbers up. Trent.
Yes.
What's your site, man?
My thoughts on prowrestling.blogspot.com. I have my Summerslam and NXT TakeOver review. And starting in 2 weeks, I'll be starting the Mae Young Classic review. But I will not release that until the first round is over. I'll release that. And then I'll do the other rounds too.
All right, sounds good, bro. With that said, Trent, as always, man, it was a pleasure. We had a series of just 4 awesome days, 5 if you want to include NXT. And now we're on to new storylines, extended storylines, and just a whole nother 6 months, 8 months until WrestleMania again. So with that said, bro, I will talk to you next week, my friend.
All righty.